boys basketball coach here at Perspectives Math and Science Academy. This is actually going to be my 11th year here at Perspectives. One of the things that kind of makes us just a unique program in general is just our kind of everyday struggle. Not in the sense of, I wouldn't say it's a bad struggle, but being here at Perspectives and not having a true home gym is kind of like a unique. I don't know. It's what we do. We have two smaller gyms, but these students don't get the true feel of having being able to get out of school and go down to the gym and be able to just do the minor things, right? Like our gym serves as a multi-purpose room, as a lunchroom. Our other gym serves as kind of a auditorium space, and so anytime that it's needed to be utilized as a gym, we have to convert the lunchroom into the gym. So, like, this is one of the portions of the job that I don't like. As you can see, there's a ton of tables in here. This also serves as our cafeteria, so the guys will be here soon. So, gotta move all these tables out, move them into the hallway, so that we can kind of just maximize the space of just utilizing the whole gym. Stand, right? Pointing, right? Everybody don't know what that means, right? So call it out. If we switching, say switch. Screen for them two. Y'all go to the corners and you screen for court.
And I'll come in.
Yeah, look to double down. Yeah, all right, let's go.
Wait, you taking? He taking it out?
Watch the back, watch the back.
Some of the key players, I hate using the term key players, but all of these kids are key to the success that we hope to have this year. Our go-to guy, right? He's the muscle of the team. Tamaje Wells, West Side kid, tough kids. Another unique thing about me and my coaching is I got to have a West Side kid. Every year that I've coached here, I have always had to have at least one kid that hails from the West Side of Chicago. If you know about Chicago basketball, West Side is grit, right? Majority of the players that come from the West Side are just super, super tough, and that's one of the things that Tamaje brings. Not scared of anybody, not going to back down from anybody on both ends, not just the offensive end, but defensive end also. Um, so Tamajay Wills is definitely like our go-to guy. Um, we have other key guys. Courtney Scott. I mean, Courtney has been with us for 4 years, man. Courtney is he's interesting. He's a kid that you know you can get the best out of him on one day, or you can get sometimes nothing, depending on how much in his feelings he are. But I love Courtney. Courtney's a good. He's honestly a really good kid outside of basketball. But 6'5", athletic kid. Wants to get up and down the floor. He wants to showcase his guard skills a little bit this year. So we definitely gonna let him, get to doing that. Um, and then, we have guys like Javion, right? Javion Thompson, Jr., forward, rebounding machine. Like Javion, in my opinion, right? Like Javion is probably going to be like very key to our success just because he does all the intangibles, right? Like he's going to rebound, he's going to box out, he's going to sprint up the floor, he's going to dive on loose balls. When he gets to the bench, he's going to pick his teammates up. Like he's the type of kid that any coach would kind of want in that program. And then, we have a ton of other guys, Jordan, Daly, Sly. They're good friends. They actually played together in elementary school, so they kind of rejoining us this year for their senior year. Bo is a point guard. Uh, real smooth, slick handle. He's just a nice kid, though, right? Like that's one of the things that I hate about him. He's a nice kid. He's too nice almost. Um, and so I mean, we got a host of kids, man. Jaden Collins will actually be joining us. We had some issues early on, but he's been with me for 4 years, and I mean, he gets it done both in the classroom and on the court, man. And I can just go on and on about all these different players, but majority of the time and the success that our program has had has never come from just one player. It's truly an overall just team effort.
So, my coaching staff. My coaching staff. So I think when assembling the coaching staff, you have to have people that actually compliment you, people that will actually push you, even as a head coach, and people, in my opinion, that just don't. That aren't just afraid to push the limits. You also got to have people on your staff that go out and get kids. That's key. So on my staff, one of the guys, Coach Bowen. Coach Bowen is, we kind of mimic each other, just in personality and things like that, but he is a phenomenal individual. I mean, he's always been all in. He's been with me for, I think this is going to be his 7th season. And he has just, from the time he came in, has just been running things full force. He does a lot of the administrative stuff, behind the scenes stuff, when we're traveling to tournaments, certain things, making sure we have fans booked and just different things. But one of the things that I love about Coach Bowen the most is just his willingness to like go all out for these students and these kids. He's if I was to get another coaching job today, Coach Bourne would be one of the individuals that I definitely try to take with me if he chose to go. Coach Dre. It's funny because now we actually have 2 Coach Dre's. So I'll start with the Coach Dre. Coach Dre, is new to the staff this year. He's been working in the building for a number of years, but he's had, he's been head coach before. He's coached at, pretty decent school. His previous year, and he actually runs his own AAU organization. I think he brings a lot of knowledge. Even him being, young, he brings a lot of knowledge to the game. Being able to, navigate certain offenses and pull together certain schemes and really just having that relationship with the kids is key for me. So he's definitely going to be a huge asset to the program this year. And then we have the other Coach Dre. So Coach Dre, DeAndre Lightfoot, Coach Dre actually played for me here. He was a part of Dre was class of 2017, I believe. And Dre was a hell of a player. If you had to rank, players from the time that, in my experience here, Dre definitely would be, Dre would probably be top five. One of my top five players to come out of here. Played, 4 years of college basketball, got his degree, and now he's back helping us out. He actually teaches at our other campus. He's a math teacher at that. And so, I brought Coach Dre on a couple of years ago. He's a freshman coach, just because I feel like I always want to make sure that guys that come out of this program are taken care of any way that I can. Alumni is big for me. Individuals that have played for me in the program, I try to do as much as I can for within my capacity. And so, he's a great example to the kids. He's from this area, so he kind of knows. He knows what it means to be a basketball player here in this program. We also had, unfortunately, Coach JJ actually left. JJ actually played here too. JJ was a hell of a player as well. He flat out was a 2010 guy. But Coach JJ moved on. He's actually a head coach at a local community college here, man. And we're just so excited for him and, wishing him the best. That's what you want. You want people to move on from here and do well. And so we wish him nothing but the best, for Coach JJ. And then we have Coach Phelps, man. Coach Phelps is, I don't call him Coach Phelps, but we know him as Coach Phelps. He's genuinely like my brother. We've known each other since we were about 10 years old, grew up in the same neighborhood on the north side, played together, in junior college, played together. Once we left junior college, we played, we kind of went on a separate path as far as coaching a little bit. But the minute I became the head coach, he was one of the first individuals that I reached out to come and help me and join me here. He is simply the muscle of the program, right? So my approach is, I don't beg kids to come to practice. You have to show me. So, I'm not gonna call you constantly to figure out why you're not at practice, why you're not here. Like if this is something you want to do, this is what I expect. Coach Phelps, on the other hand, he's gonna call you. He gonna be on you. He's not gonna take no nonsense. That's just who we are as a program. We're not taking no nonsense. But he's like the true enforcer. But it's his. I think his biggest asset for us is the skill development. Players don't come to us. There's very few players that come to us ready to come in and contribute on a varsity level as a freshman right away. And that's just in general. But Coach Phelps does a hell of a job of doing skill development with our players. Even at the age we're at now, like Coach Phelps still gets out there. He can do it, right? Like Coach Phelps, was a couple credit hours away from being a Division I basketball player. When we were in junior college, I watched him give out buckets, right? As a 18-year-old college athlete, and as a 37-year-old man, I've watched Coach Phelps give out buckets to adults, kids, whoever. And so he really brings in that intensity in practice, brings forth that the knowledge in developing these players. Anything that's related to skill development, Coach Phelps is definitely, has his hands on, man. And so, my coaching staff is something that I take pride in. We do whatever we can to ensure that our players are taken care of and that we can get them, from the time they walk in as freshmen to leaving here to go on to whatever it is that they choose to do, whether it's being a collegiate athlete or just walking out into the workforce or going to college just to be a student. As a head coach, I want to make sure that I have individuals around these players that have the knowledge and have the ability to make sure that they have success beyond basketball.
Wolves on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. Wolves on 5, 6. Family.